So I'm usually a very big fan of medieval action, like single player games. Like one game that I always glaze is The Witcher 3. Like for me, that game is amazing. Like it's top two of the games that I've played so far. And when I saw Crimson Desert, I was like, okay, like this game looks insane, but it's a little mix of like, like medieval like combat stuff with some like mythological creatures and stuff, which is great. But then I saw like lasers and some other stuff like that, and cubes in geometrical shapes, and I kind of got lost because like I'm already pretty bad at math, and so seeing shapes and colors, I got confused basically. And so I feel like the game is alright. The reviews as of this moment are mostly positive, and while there was like a lot of complaining on social media, like always when it comes to like how the game is and how it performs and whatnot, in my experience, it runs pretty well. I don't know why. I just decided to like put my settings on cinematic because like sure I have an okay PC, but it's not that great that it should run on cinematic. But that out of the way, graphics wise, this game is phenomenal. It looks amazing. Like I am not kidding. Like when in the first like 2 hours of me playing this game, I was just like in awe how good this looks. There are a couple of things that I'm not that big of a fan of. One of them being the way that the camera feels. I don't know, like it feels like it's gliding like a little bit. I haven't really played around with like the settings besides toning down the visuals like at like a little bit more FPS. But yeah, like the camera just feels off, especially if I'm in combat. But with that out of the way, like I kind of think beyond that, there's not really much to comment when it comes to graphics. Like it looked great, character design really solid. Some of them are kind of weird, but like that's kind of okay. I like the fact that like the game is all over the place. But one thing that I do not like is the writing and also like some of the decisions the director made, because when you see like characters speaking in the game, their actions don't really match their tone of their voice. So there was a quest where we were supposed to help a guy who's trapped in a burning house, and he had like people outside who were basically like, oh no, the guy's gonna burn alive, like oh god. And basically their voices sounded like me right now, like kind of flat, not much life in it, and with the animations in the game, the like gestures, they were like so exaggerated. I'm like, okay, I guess they're like those kinds of people who just talk with their hands. But then again, you also have like, this was something that I noticed before I actually decided to click record for this video. It was a random quest, I think, where a guy was basically just like chilling on a bench, and I kind of just noticed that there was like the pop-up that you get for a quest, and I was like, why is there like a side quest guy basically just pondering on a bench when it's raining outside, and I'm supposed to approach him? Like, yes, of course, you approach the NPC in every situation, kind of, when you want to accept the quest. But my guy is just there pondering in silence. And also, like, one thing that infuriates me for no reason in this game is the fact that we're so nice. Like, there's, like, mentions of, like, our personality and, like, how nice and helpful we are. But, like, my guy basically just told us like, hey, unless you want to help me, just like get the fuck on my face. Like I have too much going on, and I'm just like, Okay. Suit yourself then. Like, I also have a lot on my plate, but like, here I am helping people, including you. And then, like, towards the end of the dialogue, you're just like, yes, of course I'll help you. I'm like, what? And like, these small, like, little weird things kind of annoy me. Like, not enough for me to like close the game and just be like, alright, that's enough. Like, I'm refunding it, but it's kind of like, why would you decide on this? When it comes to combat, so far I just been kind of like picking up whatever weapon I have the chance to try out. And I also just tried like without any weapons, so just like punching people for like a little bit. And like combat overall feels quite a bit like The Witcher, of course, because of the sword fighting. But at the same time, I feel like there's some fluidity missing, especially like it might just have been the case that I was like under leveled maybe. But when I was fighting like a goblin lord, it was very much noticeable that like the locking onto enemies is very bad, or I have to just look into a setting, and I'm going to do that after making this video. But yeah, like that's one thing I noticed, like locking onto enemies is like pretty bad, especially if you're like doing a boss fight where like the guy was very fast paced, so I kind of thought like, hey, maybe lock onto the enemies so I can maybe deflect an attack, or I tried to like swing on the guy and might I basically missed. Nothing new for me, but still. But that's really my only complaint about the combat. Like I'm sure there's like so much you can do. Like I saw a guy on Twitter, just like a bunch of other people, where he was pulling off wrestling moves on bandits, which was actually hilarious to be honest. But yeah. And at the same time, the way that the story kind of progresses, like it's okay that it's not all about our like main protagonist trying to find his Greymane buddies. But like, if I'm being honest, like the bounties nearly seem a little bit more interesting than the main quest line so far. But overall, I would say it's a game that you definitely should try out. There is a couple of hiccups here and there, like they're still even updating the game like a little bit, so I'm not sure if they're going to do like any big changes, but I would say it's definitely worth trying out. And like, don't really listen to the hate that people are like dishing out when it comes to the game, because like one thing I'm going to tell you right now is that I tried a bunch of games where kind of prided themselves on like the visuals and their stories were kind of lacking. And Crimson Desert like really hits the spot. Like if you like, you know, bright visuals and like just good graphics, you will love this game. Because for me personally right now, I am having the time of my life just looking at a waterfall. It's great. I'm gonna be honest, like it's just great. So yeah, try out the game. You're basically gonna get a feel for it like in the first hour, and then you can just decide like if you want to refund or not, because after like 10 hours the game kind of feels the same with some like extra abilities. So yeah, with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did, do leave a like, subscribe, it does mean a lot to me. And as always, good luck.